I've lived in and out of Syracuse for the past 20 some odd years. I created a not-for-profit organization called Think, the Institution of a Now Culture, which helped mainly young emerging artists get their careers off the ground here in Syracuse from the late 90s to the 2005, 2006. And at the same time, there really wasn't a whole lot of investment or awareness around developing more grassroots community-based art. So just the community centers, the white wall art galleries, the music spots, in terms of the timeline and development here in Syracuse, there were some gaps of understanding, awareness, and desire, and actual execution. So fast forward to where we are today. Syracuse University put a lot of resources into developing what they call the Connective Corridor for a number of years. They activated a lot of public art, lighting design, benches, murals to create an ease of transition between those two areas. And that really opened up the door in terms of funding for the city to say, wow, if there's dedicated funding for public arts, look at the benefits that we're getting. They're not just a sculpture piece here or a lighting element here or a mural there. We're actually seeing our community lifting its spirits. So there's a lot of understanding that grassroots development is as important as the big ticket items. So there was broad-based consensus with the group that we brought together, which is multi-organizational, to say the time is ripe to bring that conversation back to the table. But one of the things we're talking about with a broad coalition now is either maybe an opt-in, a voluntary, where private property owners, business owners, citizens could opt in tax season or something like that, say I support the arts, take a % of my taxes and go in, or finding a dedicated fund that we could take a % of. So that being said, what can we do over the next few months to get our hands dirty, roll up our sleeves and do some fun stuff? So Spark, as the convener of this, we put our first application in to do a project on the west side, and we're going to use that as our ribbon cutting event for the other projects that we aim to do. So as a public artist, as an owner of Spark Contemporary Art Space, which is a meet point for a lot of street level artists in particular, we were kind of on the sidelines wondering, how can we help, how can we participate? And got to a point where the summer was halfway over and we were wondering if anything was going to get done. So it's just sort of like, hey, maybe we can take a lead with some partners, with some people who have already put a stake in the game, to see if we can't incentivize the community to come together around a rally point of getting some public art done before it gets cold. So 315 Alive is being pitched as 12 murals in 12 weeks. We're working with the city to streamline the application process. We've got over 20 walls in and around in the downtown area that on a handshake we can do public art. Some are temporary, like on plywood on a construction site, and others are potential long-term applications. So we're working with different organizations interested in covering the insurance policy for the program. There are others that are interested in giving us in-kind donations of equipment, boom lifts, rollers, paints, and all that. And then a number of downtown business owners and property owners have committed to doing like a crowdsource GoFundMe, IndieGoGo, to raise capital for the artist for a stipend. A number of the mural sites, we're hoping that there is actual real community participation in executing the mural. We have a couple sites where we think we could just put simple outlines and have the community, literally like a coloring book, fill it in. So we'll have a barbecue, we'll have some DJs, we'll make it a community event. Conventional economic development, community development paradigm really break down into something that's much more organic and fluid.
You